So you may now unmute yourself.
Okay. There you go.
It's not this. It's just turned up the link. It's there. It's got.
That's no.
No, it's got the link on.
So, he just called me. Hi, I think I just saw you call me. Are we live? Awesome. Hey, Rach. Turns out we're live. Let's go with the sign. See ya. Hello, the world. Oh.
O Me, O Life by Walt Whitman. O me, O life, of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish, of myself forever reproaching myself, for who more foolish than I, and who more faithless? Of eyes that vainly crave the light, of the objects mean, of the struggle ever renewed, of the poor results of all, of the plodding and sordid crowds I see around me, of the empty and useless years of the rest, with the rest of me intertwined. The question, O me, so sad, recurring, what good amid these, O me, O life? Answer, that you are here, that life exists and identity, that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. Welcome to Saturday Night Live with me, Rachel, and
Live.
Special guest, Andy Aaron Cook, poet
Hello.
extraordinaire.
For the next 30 minutes, we're going to be reading out some poems by me and by other people, and talking about poetry, and probably talking about Access Space a little bit, because it's a cool thing, and it's really nice to be here. Raise money for it. So if you haven't given money to Access Space already, do so. They're great, and they need your help. Do it. we like the thing with Kanye West. We can be like, Access Space doesn't care about non-computer users.
You just caught us working out how to use Google Hangouts, but it's good to be finally
It's pretty good.
live.
You know, the CIA is watching all of this constantly. So but maybe they'll read some poems, you know. We'll change their mind about the world.
Well, we're very glad to have you with us. For those who don't know, Andy Aaron is a 23-year-old poet born and bred in Sheffield. He is alumni of the University of Birmingham.
She's talking about me, by the way.
Yeah, where he studied English and creative writing. He now does what? In fact, over to you. What do you do?
I don't really know. I don't really like answering that question. It's like, I do lots of things all the time, but I write lots of poetry, basically.
So, I thought no better way to spend half an hour on my evidently very professional Saturday Night Live TV program than by inviting Andy to just read a lot of poems. Firstly, do you want a cup of tea?
I'd love a cup of tea, yeah.
Okay. Just
tea. Lovely cup of tea. Lovely British cup of tea.
Oh, I put that badly.
Thank you.
There you are.
Cheers.
It's more like a cappuccino.
Thank you, my dear. It's warm. I've got a beard recently, and what they don't tell you about having a beard is you get food and just lots of substances in it a lot. Mm. By the way, we look kind of funny. We look like like there's grease on us all the time.
Yeah. Don't know why. Anyway.
I'm going to change that. Let's on this setting. It's so warm. Focus. Ooh.
Maybe just original.
No, let's go enhanced.
Okay, right, brilliant.
Excellent. I'd like to read a poem that I wrote fairly recently. I think its title is Let's Play a Game. Let's play a game where we chug a kettle of boiling water and describe the sound of the motorways where we each had our first kisses. Let's play a game where we explain queer theory to idiots, and a thesis is unwritten every time someone has a thought about a person they've only seen on TV. Let's play a game where we market wars to people who don't like wars, cigarettes for people who don't like cigarettes, shades that reduce the world's opacity. Let's play a game where the landlord is coming, and I am hiding my stuff under the stairs again. Let's play a game where we give in to frappuccinos and haircuts like stately homes and laugh like people who've nothing to do but laugh. Let's play a game where we do This Is Your Life, and the lowest point bit involves being missold PPI. Let's play a game where we go round town putting up lost pet signs for missing no, throwing empty bottles of Strongbow at cats, bemoaning the loss of an adolescence as if it wasn't just like that. Let's play a game where I have another dream in which everything is narrated by you when you're dead, and instead of saying bye, we say please don't die before I see you again. Let's play a game where I can't sleep because I'm so excited the strength of my heartbeat is causing tsunamis on the other side of the world. There goes a fishing village in Cambodia, and anyway, instead of saying sleep, we say simulation of non-existence, and feel better about the whole thing. Let's play a game where we are clones, and are incinerated every night before we are stealthily replaced by men in teal suits, while we make trying to catch them a neat sleepover activity. Let's play a game where I say, I feel like the inside of a jelly baby. The last time I felt this low, it was Christmas. And you say, the demand for content from brands is greater than ever. Grokey 24, page 2014, page 24. And I say, why don't I have any emotions I can't do a smiley for? And I hold shift and close parenthesis until I pass out and wake up just in time to hit send before you go to work.
Thank you. That's very good.
We need like an applause button.
Yeah.
Applause.
Does that one have a name?
I think I'm going to call it, I don't know, Let's Play
a Game.
It doesn't feel clever enough. I want to give it a clever title. And
you wrote that quite recently, didn't you? What kind of inspired you? I bit of kind of reader feedback. Somebody said upon reading that you were the voice of a generation.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Would you like to think of yourself as that?
Oh my gosh.
In a poetry sense.
Yeah, no, really though, I'd love to. Yeah, definitely. Because poetry is like, it's our language, you know. It's our language. So if you're the voice of a generation, you get to put that and give it force and significance. Poetry is like words with significance. Yeah. But yeah. As to where this poem came from, I don't know really. It started because I was staying at my mum's house for a few days, and I went to my park just for a walk. Went to my childhood park, and expecting to see like a playground, you know, rides and whatnot. There was just nothing. It had just been bulldozed and cleared, and the roundabout had gone, and it was just like a hard shoulder on the side of the path, and it felt really weird. It felt like, you know, I don't know really. It just felt very strange. So I just started making things up and then tried to craft it into something. But with that poem, I just want to get a feeling across. Try to carry some of that uncertainty and. No, let's stop talking.
I
think
you do that. Yeah. Let's do some more.
So I started writing some life advice poems recently. The ones that, you know, like Huffington Post, they start with like, you know, things you should do to live longer. But they kind of annoyed me because they're all a bit, I don't know, they make you feel bad about life. Anyway, this is called What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger, though you might wish that it had, and forgone the extra workload and change career path. A new starter in the business of being dead. Long hours and no holiday, but no one trying to get ahead. Voluntary redundancy, and you do it for you. And though it might make your mother stronger, it might get her too. This one's called Be hard to get. Burn your passport. Change your name. Move to where maps are classified or out of date. Let your face be a withheld number that does not receive calls. Your body a clanking submarine, still lost from the Cold War. And in polls decline to offer a preference for anything at all. Wearing a mask of your own face, be truly undemographicable. I like to read this poem called A Short Guide to Not Getting a Job, because again, at the same period in my life, I was reading a lot of like how to get a job kind of things, be positive, wear nice suits. So this is called A Short Guide to Not Getting a Job. Raise your expectations. In your CV, make use of funky fonts like Comic Sans and Wingdings. When attaching it, name it something eye-catching like virus.exe. Suggest that it would be unwise to ignore your emails, maybe even dangerous. Job hunting is boring. Keep your morale up by looking at your pets and reflecting that they are happier than you. During interviews, you may feel reticent. That's okay. Embrace it. Allow it to manifest in your voice and posture. Or liven things up with some footsie. Everybody likes a bit of footsie. Remember to wear socks, though. Why not experiment with your handshake? Try false hands, licking, or shouting, "The Bone Crusher!" Be sure to demonstrate an excellent work-life balance. If your phone goes off, answer it. Answer it like this, "Wagga!" Alternatively, hold it to your head and blink regularly as if receiving a message of some kind. When asked if you have any questions, say, "I know everything I need to know." Alternatively, ask if they know why you woke up on a golf course this morning, wearing this woman's necklace. Ask if they recognize the necklace. Say you hope they don't recognize the necklace. When asked why you want the position, stare at the floor. Remain motionless like this until someone says your name and then look up and swallow hard. You may have tears in your eyes. That's okay. Tears are your friends. Tears are the friends you can drink. Then say how you just love the marketing of processed animal mulch. It doesn't matter if the job isn't in the marketing of processed animal mulch. By this stage, that won't matter either. And anyway, you'll be running. You will have grabbed the most expensive thing in the room, like a laptop, a staples, the CEO's tie, and you will be running. Down a flight of stairs. The object clutched against your chest, you'll be running. Like a child caught in torrential rain. There'll be a door ahead of you, and soon you'll be free. Thank you for coming in. I'll see you again in a week.
Has that worked for you?
Well, it did. I don't get many jobs, especially since writing that poem.
Let's have one more poem for now, and then a little interview.
That'd be lovely, yeah. That'd be lovely.
Okay.
How about...
You didn't write that one.
I'd like to read a poem that isn't mine. I'd like to read a lovely poem by a man called Philip Dixon.
Okay.
And he's a lovely man. He lives in Bristol, and he's been a priest, a school teacher, a composer, and now he's a poet. And he wrote this poem about where he's from. It's called Where It Began. And it's designed to be written in a Newcastle accent, Geordie accent.
Really, you'll offend quite a few people, I think.
I don't know if are there any Geordies watching. Get ready to be offended. No, I'm going to read it in my accent. But come by, small boy. Sit here, listen. Things to tell you. Your mother's mother. She's the one that loved you. Your mother did what she could. You've grown away, you know. Didn't like her clothes anyway, did you? Not a hug, not a touch. It suffocated you, throttled the singing bird, kept you in a cage, stuffed you in the small house as the curtains were drawn for the winter. She wasn't a bad woman, just not big enough. She couldn't help it. Come by, small boy. It's not your fault the village isn't the world. Your mother's mother saw King George's coronation in London dressed in furs. She has a mind to let you go, to see for yourself, and be glad to see you as you come, as you go, as you come back. Be gone, small boy. Don't listen to old men. Get on now. But let some love come through, and remember, it began with your mother's mother. It's a lovely one. I love that. You read that to me in a cafe, just overlooking the waterfront in Bristol, and it was gorgeous. It's a lovely man.
He's a very nice man.
Should we do some poetry interviews?
Indeed.
While this has been going on, we've been messaging some lovely poets I know, one of whom is called Sarah Fletcher.
She's actually my friend. No, she's your friend as well. Sarah Fletcher is at university with me in Durham. We both just finished first year studying English literature, and we both met when we expressed a lot of enthusiasm initially for the course, which soon waned. The closet bad students. But Sarah is, however, apart from Andy, one of the best poets I know. Yeah. She has won. I'll see if I get this right. She's won the Christopher Tower Poetry Competition. Mm-hmm. She won it once. She came third another time. She's also won. She's been a winner of Foil Young Poets numerous times, and she's one of the most exciting young voices in poetry, in contemporary poetry.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
Her style is amazing. She's from New York originally, and so what we'll do is we'll read out this little interview, and then maybe we'll read a poem that she.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll be the voice of the questions.
Okay, and I'll be Sarah.
Yo, dude, you around right now for a quick poetry interview on Facebook chat?
Hey, what's up? I am. Totes around.
Awesome! Handing you over to Rach.
This doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Okay. What was the weirdest poem?
Technology. Okay, great. We're back.
Just need to scroll up.
Okay.
So you ask.
Okay. What was the weirdest poem you ever wrote?
Weirdest poem I ever wrote was probably the one about the photos on cigarette boxes. And this is one that she wrote. I think she wrote imagining if they had different. It's like imagining something about imagining if they happened to you.
Yeah, it's like the people in the photos.
What was their story or something?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Second weirdest poem is one about Andy Warhol and his nickname Silverjacular. And then she says, weird is a hard definition. Most of my poems are weird.
Do you think you are weird? Like, do you have to be weird to be a poet and write poetry?
She says, I think poetry as a genre is weird. I've devoted my life to some line breaks on a page, but feel like I can't live without it or exist without it. I feel like poetry thrives on dissonance. If everything is hunky-dory, there is no intention in the poem propelling it on. You need dissonance, whether that's in personal life or in poetry. I think poetry has always been weird. I think that's really interesting when she says about dissonance. It's true that I think most art forms, whether that's music or poetry, the sadder ones, or the ones that are built on a kind of conflict, often are the most beautiful. I don't know, does that mean that, does that lead to glorifying those kind of emotions when you might not necessarily want to?
Nah, I think it's just admitting them.
Yeah.
Admitting them.
And making something positive out of them and helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read a poem by Sarah Fletcher, which is, she once walked from my house to her house. The 10-minute walk, she'd written 2 poems in her head, and they were both better than any poem I could ever write. But this wasn't one, this is another one she's written. This is called We. Because we are stupid and bored out of our minds, we spit out our tongues and open our legs like steamed oyster shells, blue from inside, hoping the sand kicked in our faces and kissed down our throats will become a pearl, or at least a punchline in a mediocre joke.
And we also have another interview with a man called James Giddings, who is currently finishing with his MA in writing at Sheffield University.
Okay, you be James.
And has he's been published all over. He's great. He's a great writer. He's one of my favourite writers. Really fresh and contemporary and brave and
very funny
and weird as well.
Very odd, very funny. His poem about he's written a poem called "That Time That You Mistook the Ouija Board for Scrabble," which made me laugh so much when he read it out.
By the way, we should. She is on the screen. Is this bad TV? We've got like a gap between us. I feel like we should be here. Like, should we try that? It's an interview. It's like a.
No, I don't like it. I think gaps are acceptable. Okay.
Come closer. Why? Get out the screen. Get out my screen.
Let's read the interview with James.
Okay, great.
Okay.
It starts on a weird note.
It starts with the same question. What was the weirdest poem you ever wrote?
There are so many. I've got one about a guy looking around a taxidermist and comparing a dead fox to his dead nan.
That one's really funny. That
one's pretty weird. I've also just written one about a man who talks about his long-distance relationship with his girlfriend, comparing it to the song Is This the Way to Amarillo by Tony Christie. Like, is this the way to Amarillo? That's the one.
Amarillo. Yeah. Oh no. I'm sorry, I can't technology. I'm just breaking it. Okay.
Get off my laptop.
That sounds ridiculous. Can we read it?
I've not got it on me at the minute, but I can root it out for you.
Yeah, that'd be rad. Dude, who's your favourite poet and why? Feel free to gush.
That's a hard one, really. Can I say as a ruse to get you to unhook your... Oh, can I say you as a ruse to get you to unhook your chastity belt? Only just reading these interviews just now. This is not censored at all. Free TV. I hope so. If not, Simon Armitage was the first poet I read, and he's still a boyo. Like in The Little I've read from Jack Underwood too. The Spook is phenomenally strange. He's right up my street. Jack Underwood.
He is dating Helen Mort, I believe. I don't know.
Oh, the Spooks.
Might be that.
The Spooks?
The Spooks? Jack Underwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dating Helen Mort.
I think so.
Poetry gossip. Helen Mort is a great poet as well.
She is amazing.
And she's from Sheffield.
Yes.
Well. She wrote a book called
Division Street.
Which is
great.
Excellent.
You should read it.
And won the Costa Book Prize.
No, it didn't. But I think it was nominated for something.
No, T.S.
Eliot.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. And really Sheffield. Really Sheffield.
Also, Simon Armitage is not only my favourite poet of all time. Well, no, Walt Whitman might be up there, but one of my favourite poets of all time, and also one of my favourite men of all time.
Anyway, let's get cracking. We've only got 5 minutes left. Okay, James Giddings. This is Outlet by James Giddings. I couldn't hate you more than I hate myself at 3 a.m. watching cat videos with this dusting of orange mustache from all the cheesy balls. Yes, I thought about killing myself then. But then I watched a 5-minute clip of a pug barking at its own reflection and found the bottom of rock bottom. The car is running in the garage and the hamster is by the bins. The kids are at their aunties. In the bottom drawer with my keys are the bills.
Okay, do you want to read a few more poems in the last 5 minutes?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Have we got? Oh, no, let's do one more. We've got a couple more interviews. One with Gavin Hudson, who's another excellent poet from Sheffield who blogs at Things Jack Spicer Told Me, which is really good. So I'll be me, you be Gavin. Okay.
Okay.
How about what do you feel is the relationship between poetry and drinking?
A very bad, abusive relationship. It seems like a good idea, but isn't in the long run.
Agreed. I feel like poetry is quite a strange thing to do. Do you feel like you have to be a little different to have an impetus in what to write and craft things?
I don't really see a normal as a way of not feeling different. I am always cautious of not making comments about poets or poetry. I can only say how I feel, and I feel pretty normal to me. I write stuff and I do other stuff and I have a job. No one else does what I do, and it's normal, if that makes sense.
Normal in how unique, if that isn't an overused word, of your life and how your activities are.
I equally don't want to be unique or special. I want to be me in a way that recognises no one does exactly what you do. but they might do something similar, and they are pretty ordinary too. My own view is that writing too often celebrates the special and the opinion over the mundane and the fact. Pasternak said that people confuse art with a fountain issuing forth when really it's actually a sponge. My life and activities are what they are. I teach restorative practice, I read, I drink coffee, I chat shit, I sometimes write a poem. And then he said, that's it? Did I talk enough bollocks?
I'm going to message about right now. All the bollocks. Okay, let's find the latest poem from Things. And we'll read that and then we'll say goodbye. It's been so it's gone so fast.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
We might do this more regularly.
To an audience of none.
An audience of nobody.
But if you want to find out more of, because he won't plug himself, more of Andy's work, go on his blog, Can We Be Friends, I Love You, .com?
.tumblr.com.
Or follow him on Facebook, Twitter.
I'm everywhere.
And he's got a website, Andy Owen Cook.
Yeah. And more pertinently, please support Access Space. They really, really do need your help. We'll both be donating. You can do that by Googling digithon, and there's a donate link in the top right. This is a wonderful poem. I love this. It's called Ike Cole by Philip Lorcia. I've never read this out. Philip Lorca de Corsia. Okay. On aisle 3 you can buy milk. You can get butter, cream, and cheese and yogurt. On aisle 9 you can buy frosted wheat flakes, and you can get cornflakes and Nutrigrain bars and Cocoa Pops and Lucky Charms. On aisle 2 you can get plums, and you can get cabbage and spinach and thyme and habanero peppers. On aisle 15 you can buy frozen peas, and you can get fish fingers and potato waffles and sweet and oven fries. On aisle 7 you can buy vodka, and you can get Bacardi and tequila and Napoleon brandy and bourbon. On aisle 4 you can buy kitchen towels, and you can get toilet roll and bin liners and makeup and Strident. A moment where you forget what you were doing with your life, and you've left your wallet in the car, and you were holding bread and beers, and you are meeting Ike at 6. On aisle 10 you can buy peanuts, and you can get pretzels and crisps and mini cheddars and Pringles. On aisle 6 you can buy lemonade, and you can get Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola and Cherryade and bottled water. I love that.
Beautiful, yeah. It's really nice.
Okay, well, there must be like just a few seconds to go.
I guess so.
Let's fill all the white space of the screen until that moment.
Oh, we didn't use any of our props.
Oh, our props.
We had some props.
We did.
Should have used. No, we used
got
that
a top
prop.
hat. We didn't do the advert break either.
Oh, so many things. If this could have been, this is longer. You're not wearing the poncho.
I'm not wearing a poncho.
Thank you for having us.
Happy poetry, peace and poetry. Help digithon, help Access Space, give me your support. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Oh. Thank you very much. Are you still there?
We're
Don't
leaving.
know how to get
We're
off.
leaving.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's cheers for that. You never leave a hangout. This is your life for the rest of the duration. But yeah, thank you very much for that. That was nourishing, and we wish you a pleasant evening down in London. All right. So, This is the night shift in Access Space. So we've got a long night ahead of us. It's now 11:30 in Sheffield. I think in London it's 11:30 as well. In Germany it's 12:30. And over in Germany we have Suzanne Palzer on next. But we have a bit of time first, sort of half an hour. So we could watch a man eat an enormous melon.
Alex, have you not got anything for the next half an hour?
No, we haven't.
Would you like to hear some more poems?
Would you like to give us another poem? That would
Yeah.
be great, yeah.
It's better than my face is better than a blank screen.
Is it?
It's debatable.
Okay, so maybe you'd like to continue with a bonus while I communicate with Suzanne about her performance in Germany. Should we leave you to it for a bit longer then?
Yeah. Give me a buzz. I'm online. I'm on Facebook.
Okay, there you go.
Rach, this is the encore set.
Encore!
Come on.
Hi again.
Hello again.
Tea's good. Welcome back to Saturday Night Live with Rachel and Andy Owen Cook, poet extraordinaire.
Hi. Let's do the American thing. We'll do a poem and then we'll go to advert. We'll do like something really like 2 minutes and then advert break straight away.
Yeah, okay,
It's
cool.
really
We'll do
annoying.
that.
So it's like you're trying to get in, you're kind of getting a bit bored. You know, you're sitting there getting comfortable. You had the hook and then advert break. You know, just when you want the program to continue. Oh, let's Okay. I want to be this poem. It's called I Want to Be the Lighter. I want to be the lighter sheltered in your palm. Track days and bus tickets. I want to be the spark. Not one of Father Council's kids. Council to the hard hat. Council to the bin. Council to sink 1,000 pints far out to sea. We say one love like a Judean squall and excel at getting ourselves into trouble. While Gnostics in tie-dye and dreadlocks and grease hunt sofa cracks for pennies and 10p's. We must be warriors in love, because while the tower shakes, the beast takes off its gloves. So glory be to the battle for the 23rd century, and our quest to love everything before my pumps turn to dust. I'll see you on the internet and when my head's on my pillow in the campaign to liberate man's repressed libido. I hope you're ready to sign up. It'll only cost you $10 a month. Do some advert break music. Okay, hold up the sign, go for it. Keep holding it up.
No.
Yeah. Advert break. Imagine your future husband or wife. What colour are their eyes? What colour is their hair? Is it long or short? Are they tall or short? Do they have any tattoos? And what is their style? Bohemian or sporty? Classical or ethnic? And what are they wearing? They must be wearing underwear right now. What colour is it? And what are they doing with their face? What could they possibly be chewing to make them do that? Picture them in a room. There is a stain above the door behind them. How did that happen? And wait, is that a door? A real door? Or just a door painted onto the wall? And where is all the furniture? No, seriously, where is all the furniture? And what is that in their hand? That doesn't belong to them. Who gave them that? And who boarded up that window? In fact, how is this room even illuminated? And where are all these bees coming from? And in the corner there's something moving. It's a printer, printing out blank page after blank page. The printer head moving ineffectually like the hands of a fraudulent spiritualist, I've never seen a printer work so fast. Where is all this paper coming from? It's filling up the room. It's up to your future spouse's waist. Why aren't they doing anything? Why are they just doing that thing with their face? What could that expression possibly mean? Oh God, look at their face. You are their only hope now. Memorize it. What are you doing? Memorize it. You must find them. Find them. You must. Visit Match.com today. That was a sponsorship for Match.com. It's how we met. We married and divorced. We're together because we were Match.com's poster couple, and now they pay us to hang out together.
On Google Hangouts.
On Google Hangouts mostly. So let's. I've got another interview with Imogen Castles, who is a young poet. She's a really excellent writer. She's like coming on and on and on. Every poem I read by her is excellent. So I asked her some quick questions on the Fixie books. Do you want to be Imogen? You be Imogen and I'll be me.
No.
All right. There's us. Okay. There we are. Hi. Okay. So I say, what started you writing poems? Plus, who is your favourite writer and why? Feel free to gush.
Imogen says, I read the opening passage of Under Milk Wood in year 5. Bloody hell.
Whoa.
Hardcore. And just desperately wanted to have that freedom and to be able to write like that. So I think I started writing after that. Also, I liked Chronicles of Narnia, etc. So I took loads of inspiration from that. Basically, I wrote poems about unicorns.
Which, personally, I feel is like the best thing that's ever been said in an interview. So.
Fave poets, Armo, Obs. Well, that should mean Simon Armitage,
Armo.
but you know, Armo to those who know him.
He's a heavyweight, you know. Do you know I've met him, by the way?
Do you know that I've met him and stalked him across the country along with Sarah Fletcher?
I've got a signature.
Okay, yeah. I got a signature!
He said my name.
He said my name.
Really?
Yeah!
Really?
Yeah!
High five! Yeah! Someone, Emma, if you're watching, just get in touch anytime. I mean, 07981599197.
And only dating Andy because he's a bit like you.
Anytime, just give me a call. Write me a letter.
Anyway, Imogen also says, Emily Berry is so cool.
Emily Berry.
Emily Berry, Sarah Fletcher wrote some of Emily Berry's stuff, and it is great. Shakespeare is a babe, which is pretty much what Shakespeare is.
She didn't say that last bit. You said that last bit.
He's a babe. Jack Gilbert is the cool. Helen Mort is a goddess. Sylvia Plath, reading that loud because it's in capitals. OMG. Dylan Thomas. I like the Sylvia Plath is in capitals there. I
think basically I wrote poems about unicorns is the greatest thing that's ever happened in an interview, I say. By the way, can we read some of your stuff?
Imogen says, yeah, sure. Do you want a Kill All the Men poem? How do you say that name? Sheena Pugh?
Sheena Pugh's voice nicely.
I also read some John Burnside and didn't understand it, but it was amazing.
Well, that's cool.
Billy Collins is safe. Wendy Cope. Yeah.
So she answered, who's your favourite poet? With like 15
with
different
like a billion poets.
That's quite clever. She hedged a bet. I can't find the lid of the Coke.
It doesn't really matter. That doesn't matter now, Andy.
It doesn't matter at all. Oh, she's going to bed now, okay. So, she's got a Kill the Men poems on her blog, which if you find it, just Google Imogen Castles, and you will find it. We don't have that poem, but we have another poem by her, which is... Oops. It's coming up. That's where it is. Okay,
it's got a two screen situation.
Yeah, check this out. Of like, you know, can we see that? You know, like Hamlet holds the skull. Can we get that up on the screen?
So internet.
So internet.
I don't know. Where did the screen go?
It's on this one. Okay. So, Hamlet is holding a skull. I'm holding an LCD monitor, from which I am reading. But anyway, this is the view from the windowsill. When I was a cactus, you never held me. Nowadays I sit, watching through my waxy skin bright with chlorophyll. You have placed me by the window, so that the sun is never too far away. We both need natural light. We are not altogether dissimilar. At night, I match my spines to the stars. and try to spot the marble far-off planets, your movement is insatiable. And round as a perfect sea urchin, as green as the waves that threaten to drown you. I love that line, your movement is insatiable. Just like, bat, in the middle of the poem, bat, love it. Yeah, definitely look up her work. She's called Imogen Castles, and she's brilliant.
It's brilliant. And only 19, I think.
Oh,
She
like,
was only
like
19.
ridiculous young. You know, but T.S. Eliot was 19 when he wrote The Love Song of J.F. Pufflock, which is amazing. So we read a poem by James Giddings, look him up. I read a poem by Sarah Fletcher, one that wasn't by Gavin Hudson, but check out his work at Things Jack Spicer told
Philip
me.
Dixon.
And by Philip Dixon. And
Imogen Castle.
you want another poem from me?
Yes, more poems from you.
Okay. I'd like to read this one. It's called The Last Will and Testament of Shire Green.
Before you do that, can you just pass that drink?
I can, yeah. Here we go. This is like Saturday Night Live. It really is.
This is really exactly like Saturday Night Live.
It's live.
And it's Saturday!
It is indeed.
Anyway.
So, yeah, this is called The Last Will and Testament of Shire Green. And so I lived there when I was young. Younger, and it's not a great place to grow up. Anyway, like the bit before the poem, what do you call that? The quote.
The quote?
Yeah, like the bit before the poem, after the title, before the actual stuff.
I didn't always have one.
But it's a quote from my father, and it says, "Shire Green is not a place people choose to live." And it's delivered in absentia of any forthcoming attorney or spokesperson. The Last Will and Testament of Shire Green. Item 1A. Jewellery. Give it to the pigeons. Adorn them with earrings, necklaces and bracelets. Have them twinkle at the feet of men and women far and wide, charming our vermin with their baby talk. Beautiful cutie pie pigeon, come over here you lovely concrete-coloured thing you. 1B. For every princess, a ring of bus stop glass that fell like a fruit machine jackpot, but bought no decent dinners or taxi rides from poverty. Item 2. For the Yorkshire Board for Tourism, the tarpaulin we used to sledge down the golf course in the endless winter of 2010-2011. They are to be told how our screams echoed from the golf club to ravine. If they are out, leave it in their doorway dripping. They will know. Item 3. Brian, who walked around with his fists clenched at his side like two pendulums finally at rest, gave up fixing all those broken windows, and in a spree of spittle took a swing at Eddie, Shire Killer's electric crew, for carving Becky and Forever and Hart into the steps of a church with a compass he stole from school. A school he knew was only bluffing when it said it'll miss him. Take Brian to the nursery, where children will tease his fingers from his palms. Take Eddie to an island and crown him a prince. Item 4. That lie by omission finally corrected. Shire Green, and also grey. Grey for the winding 60s housing development, unravelled and underfunded. Green for the plants that unpick it brick by brick. Nota bene, commendations to Cupid's sister, the satyr of irony, whose javelins hold this up. Item 5. Dig up the concrete slab outside the betting shop with its constellation of chewing gum. Wrap it up and deliver it as an art masterpiece. The proceeds are to be burnt and a new movement hailed. Item 6. The tracksuit kids, glistening in the sun. They are to be scattered far and wide from this country. Kids who got unemployment and boredom as a hand-me-down, who this country denied it would fail them, but did, and wanted to. Wanted them for our zombie movie Glee, for chilling the rich. Kids who are sown on barren land left for the crows. Sow them again now properly. Sow them by the sea, where a police helicopter won't ever rain down like tennis balls in their bedroom windows. Sow them and let them learn what fruits they can bear. Item 7. Terry. Terry, who was a bit slow, who went to college and the boys' brigade and Sunday school and had chocolate spread on toast with us, who embarrassed me on the bus talking about porn. Smiling, big-lipped Terry with chestnut hair, 2 years older than me. Terry, the first and not last person I would know to be murdered. Like a dream of an amputation we woke to find was real. Terry whose end defines his beginning and middle. Terry, who opened a sinkhole in every kitchen. Lessons suspended, church bells tolling, my stepmother on the kitchen floor, foam beside her spilling its milk of sobs, crows pecking at a withered tent, 58 missed calls. Catastrophe, 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 catastrophe. Let a character in a TV drama die suddenly and for no reason. Show me 40 minutes of characters sitting at a table, not knowing what to do. Is there anything here to be given, to be done, in a cave that has no end to illuminate? Poetry isn't sacred enough. But just to say now that it happened, and push back the boundaries of inhuman. To itemate everything else. The needles behind the church hall, siphoned petrol, the photos passed in gruesome silence of that man with the wife and the kids who was nearly beaten to death outside of the co-op across my street. That. The holes in the driveway from the black bin burning craze of 2008. The drug dens with their wood rot doors all ajar. The fields of nettles, fights in the next room, pubs you don't go to twice. That feeling like you're far away in a game of hide and seek that must have ended long ago, and yet still here you are in the exploding human volcano, tumbling out, rolling, spitting, staining my t-shirt, the underclass, capitalism's white elephant, locked and barred in another room, doing a tracksuit cameo behind a news anchor. If I'm the BBC News, phone up the V's. That I want to vanquish, to suck up into my heart, that which comes back in my dreams. Shy green, shy green. It's a life sentence. I did 7 years. Open it as a boot camp. 1 year in shy green, before any job in politics or the city, or a wage of enough to emigrate from it. A year in shy green, to till England's rudder, to repaint its sails, and make its sailors weary of hatred. This directive is to be executed with expedience for the vindication of all involved parties. It awaits witnesses to sign. Let all those that dispute it come forward.
Thank you.
Like, there's the silence. I
Okay.
appreciate silence. That's absolutely useful.
How are you doing there?
Hi
Can you
Alex.
hear me? Yeah, so thank you very much. I think with that poem we'll start trying to transition over to Germany. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you look quiet.
Yeah, I'm a very quiet person. I'm actually very small on the video.
I thought that laptop looked a bit big.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to really hit the keys very hard. Yeah, thank you very much, and have a nice evening again, and see you in the next one, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having us, Alex. I'll be tuning in. We loved the wave sounds earlier.
Yes.
It's a hard act to follow.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the sploshing of your special tea was
Yeah, I feel a bit splashed actually.
Yeah. Thank you very much. What's coming up next?
It's Susanne Palzer in Germany.
Wow.
And she's going to be showing us a slideshow from her family, I think. So, yeah, let's see if she's there.
Wow.
Good night.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Right. So here we are in Sheffield, 2014. It's nearly Sunday. I'm just trying to see if I can unmute our friend in Germany. These pixels. I see. I'm using the wrong computer. Suzanne, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, we could hear you. How are you doing there?
I'm okay, I'm about set.
Good. So you don't officially start for another 7 minutes.
Pardon?
So if you like, now we know you're there. Okay, we have quite a few people watching, and I haven't got much to say because we've been
Okay, it's
doing this
on.
now.
It's live now.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we've been doing this now since 7 o'clock in the morning, and now it's very nearly the next morning.
It's the next morning here, so.
Yeah, you're already experiencing the morning. So from an hour ahead, how's it looking? Do you think it's going to be a good day?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe catching up on sleep.
Oh yeah, I wish.
I watched the beginning of the digithon and then came back about, I don't know, what does your time? About 10 o'clock. Well, I spent the day with my mum celebrating her 80th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Lots of food. Shall we start bang on 12?
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of the prelude, isn't it? So, but yeah, I was saying that we've been doing this since 7 o'clock in the morning, so it took quite a lot of preparation, getting a schedule together, with all these people coming in from around the world. We've got some from New York later on. We've got Kate Sikio, and then, well, the next thing after Suzanne is the Cybernetic Orchestra, who are a huge laptop band, who are going to be playing in Hamilton, Canada. Then we'll go to Rodrigo Frank in Mexico doing some live coding. Then Kate, who I just mentioned, Jose Carlos, and then Mike Hodnick in Minneapolis. And I think we'll probably finish with a recording that Mark Faller's given us that we didn't manage to play earlier. So it's still going to be quite a long night ahead. So can you tell us what you're going to do?
Yes,
Suzanne?
it's the witching hour.
Or
First of all, I want to say thanks for digithon for having me. And for people who don't know me, I'm Suzanne Palser and I am from Germany and usually based in Sheffield and quite regularly spend time at Access Space. And I hope so far the event has been successful, as all the people there put a lot of effort into getting it going, and it looks absolutely great. So I'm half sad not to be there at Access Space, but on the other hand, it's very exciting to actually experience it abroad. I'm in Germany currently at my mother's house. Well, celebrate her 80th birthday today, so hooray. And I didn't hijack her birthday with the digithon, so I have the honor to well, open the witching hour at your time, Sheffield time.
This is why I buy Apple Care.
So what is going on?
There's, hello,
Okay, it
David.
strikes midnight here.
Yeah.
I might as well just leave this stuff open
David
until I,
Ockborn is just checking in.
and then just.
I'll mute you again, David. Sorry about that. Yeah, David's going to be joining us after Suzanne's hour. So it's good to see and hear him. Okay, so we're very nearly in the witching hour in the UK. But you've already had the witching hour in Germany, so I guess your witches are now going to become our witches. So, yeah, what else is there to say after, how many hours is it? 17 hours so far we've done. Yeah, just to say thank you for all the donations. They're still coming in. We really encourage you to support Access Space as a really nice local community place that's like a refuge, for a digital refuge for the local community. And it really needs your donations to keep its doors open and expand its program. But yeah, I think for now we'll say that it's now just about midnight in the UK and 1 o'clock in the morning in Germany, and leave you to it, to do your thing.
Okay. I would like to tell you about the Secret Cinema. It's a project I'm currently researching, kind of on and off, and it has to do with my family. And my father, all his life, he made a lot of films, photographs, but I found out that there's a longer story to this kind of media creativity. And some relatives have told me a story which I will try to record at a later stage about some great grand uncles, I believe. So at the moment I just have fragments of this story. Where we are here is kind of in a very rural area, and about, well, nearly 100 years ago it was even more rural, but also very provincial, but also there were also industrial areas not far as one of Germany's greatest industrial area of the past. But these grand uncles, they actually, there's a myth about a cinema in a barn. So there were farmers, but there were cinema enthusiasts, and apparently they used to go around. I could tell you the time. Basically, this is 1930, 1920-ish, so very early in mainstream cinema. And I've been told they've been going around kind of going through cinema, the early cinema bins, and whatever they could find, kind of cut off brushes or whatever, they kind of stuck together and then took them home and stuck them together and then screened them in the barn, which was in those days quite a big thing. And today in the digital age, I think we can't imagine anymore quite how difficult to access that kind of media was. So I will screen some footage of my father's, and I will also soundtrack it. He was a tailor, so I will soundtrack it on his sewing machine and his accordion. I thank you very much. Hello, Access Space, and hello, world. Anybody there?
Hello. Yeah, I just said hello a lot. Press the right button now, so.
Pardon?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Suzanne, for your secret cinema. You've still got 20 minutes left of your slot.
I know.
Have you run out of secrets? Have you run out of secrets?
I could show another reel, but it might take me a while to set up.
Oh, well, we could have a chat instead for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I can tell you how great Access Space is.
Okay. And then after that, it's going to be a cybernetic orchestra performing, I think, from Hamilton at the 8x8. The 8x8 festival, is it? Or concert, where there's 8 performances. I think each of them are either 8 minutes long or 8 hours long, or I'm losing track of time.
I can show you parts of the sewing machine.
Oh, okay. I'm talking, so Suzanne.
This is the sewing machine.
Shit. Oh. That didn't sound very good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very dark. Okay.
He's joined the digithon and done running events there as well, and we would like to keep them there. So it's a great place for people to join and in and try new things.
Would you consider streaming one of your future events at Access Space to the world?
Yes, we could do that with a bit of alteration. I think this is absolutely what you're just doing is an absolutely fantastic event.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to stream the platform.
Who's clicking in the background?
Oh, that's someone tidying up some empty bottles of Stella. It's been quite a long day.
How many people are left there?
Ooh, there are, I think there's 6 of us, maybe 7 hidden away. 6? There's 6. I've had the definitive answer, it's 6. So, yeah, shall we, what should we do? Oh, here comes Jake.
Concept around open platform. Hello, did you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. I was wondering whether you'd like to talk about open platform, perhaps.
You ask me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just talk about how it came about.
Yeah.
I think about 2 years ago, I did a research project at Accessbase, and they were very open and helpful to actually let me be very experimental and try out different things, and also kind of use a not kind of standard gallery concept, so I didn't have to bring finished work and install it and show it. So I've been researching technology, computers, and anything digital. I come from, well, I have used computers before my practice, but not as a main focus. And I also want to bring together performance and technology, and it evolved into a concept that I'm now doing performance without actually using anything digital. So it works kind of learning about technology and then take it away and try to act it out in a physical way. And this concert has grown, and for the past 2 years, well, in collaboration with Jack Harris at Access Space, we've been running the open platform events for which other people join in and are being challenged to perform the digital without using anything digital.
Yeah.
And people respond in quite varied ways to this challenge.
Yeah. It's
And we
Jake here
also,
speaking. So, I mean, what's interesting about open platform is the kind of format, and on the intimacy of the theatre, if you like, the performance space.
yes, it's a very, for people who are not in Sheffield, Access Space has a very, very, well, small foyer area. And we have, well, basically, we've kind of counted that 36 people in the space is, well, a little bit like a can of sardines, but this absolutely helps the event because it breaks down the barrier between performer and audience and brings something very, very different to performing and to the experience of the audience, actually.
Yeah. And the idea about performing something about the digital domain without using anything digital. I mean, how did that come about? How did that idea crystallize for you?
I think this goes back to a time before I did the research project at Access Space. Or really, well, in the past, like so many artists, I kept different disciplines separated. Like, you know, some people do painting, photography, performance. And for me, it was the interest in computing and digital arts, and then physical performance, which until about 4 years ago, I also saw separate. And I tried to explore how to bring it together. And the first project or piece of work I developed, which I still work with, is basically reducing performance to the act of going on and off, having a kind of makeshift stage, which is a wooden platform, and an audience, and just acting out the going on and off. And at the same time, I work a lot in this intersection, because in digital technology, it basically works the same way. You switch something on and off. When it's on, something's happening, and when it's off, well, nothing's happening.
Yeah. And did this happen, this kind of like, obviously the platform on and off, which was a performance that you did in Block Studios here, I think, initially.
Yes, about 4 years ago.
Was it, sorry?
About 3 years ago.
So the on-off concept where the 1 or the 0, did that sort of happen, because you're on the platform, that's an on, off is when you're not actually on the platform. Now, the idea of doing something about a digital domain while not using any digital tools at all, did that come accidentally, or did it develop out of it, or how did that happen?
I actually came up with I think I wrote down at some point, I wrote down like a research question. I still have a big piece of paper on which it's written, and it said, can I perform technology? Do I want to, and how? And I think I started with that. And
yeah, and I mean the on-off idea initially is like the performance had another artist would switch the lights on and off at the very end, so there's a bit kind of like switchy kind of like aspect to it, and I guess that I mean that obviously is it's using electricity, but with the performance is an open platform, you can't really use electricity because it's without people use paper and card, don't they, and acoustic instruments, or they dance, or they use pieces of paper and all kinds of things to represent ideas about digital. So, I mean, I'm very tired.
I can hear that. Yes, what I think
my
is
mind's
that,
not working very well. So
well, you've been doing this all day, longer than me. Basically,
well,
I think at the Open Platform event, I think one thing, well, it really wants to do is basically to reconnect the digital to the physical. And I know people do this, or artists and technologists, contemporary now, do this in very varied ways. And Open Platform, I think, does it with, actually you have to engage with the digital technology, and then it's kind of taken away. So you still have to, in a weird sense, you have to use it, but it's not there as a functioning. So people have been making, I'll just give some example, people have been making kind of cardboard laptops and talked about computers, or I have done a digital PowerPoint presentation without using the PowerPoint, and having paper slides and people being the code to advanced slides. And, well, you, Jake, are doing songs with spam. So it's a very broad area for the Open Platform events. People are not only just kind of, I mean, your comes out of the your spam performances come out of the digital realm. They're not necessarily a digital function.
yeah.
So who's next up?
I don't know. Alex does.
Well, yeah. Next we have some very fresh-faced looking people from a very different time zone.
Okay, then I end with well, in thanking all the whoever's watching online who, well, have been watching my performance, and also please keep watching and please donate So with everything else Access does, so that also we can continue the open platform to host it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Thanks. So yeah, we're switching over to cybernetic orchestra really soon. I think that might be the shoulder belonging to Dr. Zero, otherwise known as David Ogborn. David, can you hear us? Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. That's coming up. I don't know. No, I was like considering applying for jobs. Test, test, test. We can hear that pretty well. Can you hear us? Well, I think we're hearing them, that's the important thing. And I think they're going to play in about 3 minutes. So until then, we're just going to have a bit of a rest.
Exact opposite.
Not sure if anyone's listening out there, but this is a quiet 8x8 concert at Haven on Barton Street East in Hamilton, Ontario. We're all performing here, all as soloists, but all are members of the Cybernetic Orchestra. We're really happy to participate in the digithon in Sheffield in the UK. We're going to do a little change over here in a few minutes, and we're going to make some more music in a couple minutes. do the solo set or roulette, maybe?
Why don't we save the roulette till the end?
Cool. I'm next, unless you want to. So you're listening to members of the Cybernetic Orchestra in an 8x8 concert. We're here at Haven, 26 Barton Street East in Hamilton. You out there on the internet don't have the benefit of the 8-speaker system that we have here, which is beautifully spatializing all of these solo performances. Sorry, you'll have to settle for stereo. If you were with us here from the beginning, the first performance was by Tanya Gonçalves, and the performance you just heard was by Elise Milani. We're going to take a few minutes. Aaron Hutchinson is setting up. See you in a few. If you're listening out there on the internet, that was Aaron Hutchinson, who goes by many names. And Sonia Elongo is going to set up in a minute.
Thank you, Hamilton. The concert in Hamilton's gonna continue, but we're gonna switch over to join Mexico again. So, Diego, are you there? Hello. Okay. Here we are in Sheffield, just waiting for Diego's video to appear. Okay, so I think Mexico is ready for us with some enticing visuals, so over to you.
side of the space, So we against the wall. We were frightened, fighting for our lives within sound. Oh my love, dónde irás ahora que estás solo? Ahora que estás solo, voy a cavar un agujero a enterrar algunos huesos. Un agujero, enterrar algunos huesos. ¿Qué vas a hacer cuando se termine de quemar? ¿Qué vas a hacer cuando se termine de quemar? ¿Qué vas a hacer cuando se termine de quemar?
going to close down this stream because we've got to switch to part 4. If you go to digithon.org, you'll see part 4 there, and you'll be able to join it and see what Kate is going to do in New York City. So goodbye from Mexico for now, and we'll be back over there in an hour. Cheers.